Hello.
Hello, everybody within the cauldron. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We do have a special guest, and it's going to be very, very fun because he is just a man of many talents. I would say that. And I'm really
Very
excited
diversified.
to have him.
Very diversified, yeah.
I know. Just reading his bio is like, wow, where do I ask these questions? What do I ask?
Exactly.
To ask, but to further ado, this guest tonight, his name is Nicholas Robert Grossmann, has been a psychic all his life, also a paranormal journalist, which is really interesting. Growing up in Connecticut, East Coast, his man after my own heart, I tell you. He refers to as the most haunted state that you can live in, and that's interesting for Connecticut. He dedicated his life to paranormal research and being a psychic. With over 22 years of experience healing, clairvoyance, and paranormal investigating, he puts on lectures and paranormal classes throughout Connecticut and New England. Known as a shaman or a holy man, Nick has healed many people and also has a unique ability to sap people in with energy. He even has the ability to chat with past loved ones. So, yeah, very interesting.
I know.
We just have to bring him up.
That's right.
So everybody, here's Nicholas.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nicholas.
When I say you was very exciting, yes, very talented. 22 years.
It's been a hell of a journey, I'll tell you that.
I bet.
I mean, it all started. Look, I've been a psychic all my life. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, I basically learned at an early age to keep it to myself. As you guys know, Generation X and all that stuff. People thought that you were crazy back then, or God forbid you did any type
crazy.
Any type of even folk magic. They would look at you with two heads. My parents, my mom was pretty religious. She was like Italian Roman Catholic, but my father really wasn't. And so my mom forbidded any type of magic or anything like that.
Well, you're speaking my life.
Oh God, yeah. So I kept it to myself. But every time I worked part-time back when I was 16, and I'd go to the bookstore and collect occult books. And that's how I got started.
I love
Honestly,
it.
though, I'll tell you this, what really motivated me the most was getting revenge on people. I hate to say this, on the streets. I grew up on a town that's very, very street and very difficult. So, or city. So, you know, that's how I started doing the magic. I learned all sorts of things, all different types of different ones, different magic with a K. And, you know, that's Paranormal Book of Shadows that's basically all my recipes and spell works and everything else combined with paranormal knowledge and paranormal investigation, because in the paranormal, they frown upon that gray area that we do. You know, they consider it a gray area, so they frown upon that.
Yeah.
So with my team, Ghost Storm Investigations and Connecticut Paranormal and Supernatural Tracking Society, Jeff, Gary, and Diane Birdie, we formally had this team. 2018, we met at an overnight ghost tour that I did at the Twisted Vine restaurant. That was very cool. And that's where I started getting into the journalism stuff. And I started writing press releases, and, you know, it took off. And I kept saying to myself, I would really like to get credit for writing these rather than just write a press release. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, Jeff and Diane were very, very dark occultists. And, you know, as a journalist, I jumped in to the Lion's Den, and I often say with the record button on, you know, I jumped into the Lion's Den, and, you know, I wrote some pretty cool stuff, and we have that film Expedition Hell coming out, it's called.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When is that coming out?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
When is that when's that due out, Nicholas?
That's October 29th. We did kind of we were going to charge for it, but, you know, with all this interdimensional stuff going on, we wanted to release it for what we're doing. We were going to charge, like, you know, I don't know how they do it now with that. This is my first film. Remember Blockbuster? I remember.
Yeah.
You know what? It was such an adventure to go drive to the store. Remember that? It was an adventure. It was so fun.
Well, I used to look forward to it. Friday night movies. I mean, that was the best thing, getting off work and, you know, getting in the car, going to Blockbuster and looking at all the titles. I loved that.
Yes.
I'm a Gen Xer, as you can tell.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
So in the 22 years that you have been a paranormal investigator too as well, have you seen some changes when you first started to now?
Yeah, there was definitely some changes. As a matter of fact, when I first started back in about 2004, we actually are very well known for this place in Connecticut called Dudleytown, if you guys are familiar with that. It's an abandoned ghost town. So yeah, there was some changes. I mean, listen, it's fun to go ghost hunting and doing paranormal cases. It is fun, okay? But don't take it for granted at the same time, because it could really mess you up, because, you know, everybody gets to the point where they start getting kind of slacking off on cleansing themselves. I'm guilty of that too. You know what I mean? I slack off sometimes on doing that. I take it for granted. So that's the thing, is these energies could attach or worse. And I'm talking unlikely, or worse. You would actually get possessed by something. We deal with a lot of nasty spirits like incubus and succubus. I don't know why we get it all the time. Every case, just about. It's very bizarre.
Wow.
For some reason, my team gets those. For some reason, my team gets those. And these things torment people. They're horrible, horrible, horrible people.
They
torment them.
I only have had one case in a short period of time. So yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, it was quite an interesting case to say the least too.
Mm-hmm.
For being Connecticut as the way you call it, the most haunted state.
Right.
Because I've been to the East Coast, I've been to Connecticut, not as paranormal investigating or anything, no, just traveling through there and stuff. Beautiful state, by the way. I love Connecticut.
Thank you. Where are you guys out of?
I'm in Iowa. I'm in the smack mid of the heartland.
I'm in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. So 110 degrees today.
Oh, wow.
Yuck.
Cool. I've heard a lot of stories in the paranormal about Arizona, a lot in that
There's
area.
a lot of activity for us, particularly in Tombstone, the mining towns. You know, you have Globe, Morenci, Superior. Those are all mining towns. So there's quite a bit of activity down there, as well as in Tombstone, obviously, the town that will never die.
You guys like country music. I'm a musician. I actually got Hank Williams right there.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I don't know how the guy did it so perfectly.
Yeah, no kidding.
He just whizzed through it. It was crazy.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's a good
I play country music.
Oh, do you?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I'm a little bit country, but mostly rock.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Kind of grew up that way. But actually, I grew up around bluegrass music too. So
I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, bluegrass. Yeah.
My husband's in the concert business.
With
so
this
I
Expedition
like
Hell film, though, we experimented with the most hardcore occult tactics. And it was an experiment. It was an experiment what we were doing. We experimented with all sorts of different things. I do not do dark magic anymore, but for this experiment, there was some dabbling involved, and that's on the film.
Cool.
It was mainly Jeff and Diane doing that, and we actually opened up a spirit portal, and you could see in that trailer for Expedition Hell, I think I sent this to you, there's like an interdimensional being looking through the window.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what? I'll tell you guys something funny too. I was on a podcast a couple of years ago, and it was a paranormal podcast, and they were asking me like what kind of style, this, that, and I started talking about the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. And I do some type of rituals. That's actually in the book. There are some rituals from that. Easy ones for people. And when I started talking about that, the screen started freezing. And for some reason, the sun just appeared at that perfect moment. It shined on me. And it freaked them out, and they deleted the episode. That's what I'm assuming. I can't find it. It freaked them out.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, the stuff that happens is so cool. Like when you open your mind to this kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's very true.
I would consider myself more of a Christian mystic, personally.
I like that.
Yeah.
What?
Because I'll tell you this. Look, the book Paranormal Book of Shadows is definitely a left-handed path book. It is a handbook. If you want to live a left-handed path, you have a choice as a human being to live left or right. I choose to live right-handed now. But as for the study that I was doing with this film and the essays, I jumped into the lion's den, back into the dark occult.
The darker side,
and there were some things that did happen because of that. But what I found is this, and I truly jumped back into the occult since 2018 to about 2022 with the former teams Ghost Storm and CT Past, and then just wanted to document the experience, and because I always find science in paranormal and supernatural, I see science because as a medium, as a kid, I would be able to see the spirits glide along you know, the valley there, because, you know, it has an aluminum bar, and, you know, for some reason these spirits are continuity, is they're friendly with continuity. What I mean, because they're made of electromagnetic radiation and stuff like that, and static activity, and the conduit of the bar makes it easy for them to travel. So I started picking away and dissecting this stuff, because I had no choice, because I was around it 24 hours a day, mainly from 9 in the always after 9. Always after 9 it seemed like 9. Boom. Now it doesn't happen. You know, the spirit activity, very rarely. I have it all under control here, but when I was a kid, that was no joke. I mean, it was deeply traumatizing, but I'm grateful for it, because it shaped me into the person I am. Like, demons don't scare me like regular people do, so I'm able to take them on. I have like tough skin when it comes to them now. You know,
do you find that with, when you were talking about the electromagnetic state and them traveling, and you said it was always after 9, do you find that it would change time frame wise? Like the next month would be like 10 o'clock, or it would gravitate to 11. It's almost like it was like going up in time, perhaps.
It just seemed like, it really did seem like around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It really happened.
Okay.
I mean, I always saw it throughout the day, but it was intense during that time period for whatever reason. Because this dark gray cloud would come out of the closet.
Yeah.
And just form over the bed, and this portal would open up, and it was intense. You know, I could get it to appear anytime I want. Actually, I have control now. But before, I didn't even know what the heck it was. I tried to communicate with it. It's just like, I'm not able to speak whatever language. I don't know. I tried, but this thing would come out. This colorful blend of colors, energy thing would come out, and it would go over the bed, and I would see faces of all sorts of beings. I'm not talking human either. There was interdimensional beings.
Right.
That's what I thought they were. That's what I think they are. And again, I can make it appear right now if I really wanted to. I don't know if you guys would be able to see that or not, but I can. So I've dealt with it. But to this day, there's a few other people who have the same experience, and we're very puzzled. We don't know what to do with it. It just floats there.
Like a witching hour.
Yeah, it's just like a window to another dimension. That's the only thing I could way I could describe it. If I put my hand up, it'll start going around too. You know,
almost like those electric balls that are, you know, you put your hand on, the electricity gravitates to it.
And it's intense. The energy is so intense.
I bet.
Probably to this day, I'm starting to wonder what it is and what to do with it.
Right.
Instead of shutting it down, you know, because I know it's not, obviously not harming me, but I'll tell you this, growing up with that thing was terrifying.
I can understand.
It was all part of the training, you know, it was all part of the training.
That's right, exactly.
That's it.
Like a punching bag, yep.
That's it.
I'm kind of curious about your ability to zap people with energy, because I am being a psychic medium as well. And when I'm on paranormal investigations, if there is something occurring that somebody is being affected by the energy, I'm able to withdraw that energy from them and actually dispel it. So I'm kind of curious to know about like the zapping. You know, I've never really, I think I've given people given them my energy, but I've always, more than anything, if I had a friend who got paranormal drunk on an investigation, I took her outside the building and I hugged her, and I literally feel all that energy come. I started to feel drunk and she started becoming sober, but I'm able to dispel it afterwards. So I'm curious. I've never done the zapping with energy.
Used to get paranormal drunk where Lorraine and Ed are buried all the time when I did the ghost tours there for whatever reason.
Wow, that's
interesting. It would completely wipe me out.
Huh.
It was a great, one of the most haunted cemeteries. But yeah, I mean, there's this ritual called the middle pillar ritual. And It's like a Kabbalah ritual.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It comes from the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn also. And when you do this, the universe shoots this energy from the universe straight through you like a pillar. And I have never memorized the words. The words are in some old-fashioned style of Hebrew or Aramaic or something like that, and I'm dyslexic, so I can't memorize it. I literally have to still play the recording of the meditation because I can't memorize it. I'm dyslexic.
Right.
But when I started doing that, the energy zapping is pretty recent, actually. I started doing that in the past 5 years, and what you do is you charge energy from the universe. I like to picture like lightning, literally blue lightning going into my fingertips. And I visualize as a medium, I could see, the power there. I could actually start feeling the tingling. And then with visually, because I'm all about visualization with that book.
Yes.
Visually, you're going to feel and visualize hitting the target. Okay. But you're going to feel the target inside your mind. You're going to feel it as real. You need to visualize it as real as a tap to the shoulder on the other person. You feeling it almost, your hand. If you can visualize it to the point where it is so real in your mind that you're literally from somebody 50 feet away, tapping them on the shoulder in your mind, it's going to happen. And then what you do is you project the energy and you see it in your mind and you zap them with energy. You could see the electricity. That's just how I'm getting it now as we speak, actually.
Is that similar, Chrissy?
Let me know if you feel this. You ready for this?
Okay.
We'll do an experiment. This has not been done.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to put my finger on your head, my 2 fingers on your third eye. Let me know. Let's try this.
Okay.
All right. I'm feeling some charged energy.
Yes.
I am feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Third eye.
Just telling my wife this story back in the AOL days when we had the modem and the little man running for the connection. And I always one of the first experiences where I was like, okay, this is actually getting very real now, was I would kick my sister off of the connection by thinking of the connection. I can't really describe what I did.
You were disrupting the connection.
Yes,
to her
I can
AOL.
no longer do this. I can't do this with anything else. But with the AOL, I used to kick her off all the time. My brother got a very good kick out of it too. And, he used to just say, Nick, kick her off. Nick, kick her off. Almost like it's very similar to picking up the phone, and it would do that, but I would do it with my mind. That's when I realized that whole electric kinesis stuff. And then another thing that happened, and I find physics-defying activity fascinating, and that's part of my film. I just do it, and that's what I love so much about the supernatural and the paranormal, is it's an unexplained thing, and I love trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So that's what's so great about the film. The film Expedition Hell, Mark of the Witch. My whole team, the team was a occultist team, and it was I often would always say, we got these cases of these 3 possessed people, and I would keep saying during that 6 years, it was like living on a real Nightmare on Elm Street. I kept saying.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I said to my teammate, I kept saying all the time, that was my saying for that 6 years. I would say, and this is so strange. It's like we're living on a real life Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wow.
So what I did was I took the paranormal and interdimensional footage, and I'm like, how could I make this footage scarier and more terrifying without altering the footage. So what I did was, since we were on a real life Nightmare on Elm Street, what I did was I put the background music as you were like watching a 90s retro.
Horror
So
film.
all the music is themed. Everything is themed to have that type of Wes Craven like touch. You know what I mean? Look,
Right.
you know what I mean? Everything is like that. We even used some very, very low end cameras just to get that VHS type of thing. I really wanted to bring that back. You know, those were the good times.
I know.
I miss them.
The good old days.
Yes. That's crazy.
Now,
We're in
is
New
this
Haven.
film
I live in New Haven, West Haven, but New Haven. The pizza's good here. If you guys like pizza, you should come to Connecticut. Trust me, the pizza is unbelievable.
Is this a film that you sent me that you want to show?
Yeah, I did, and you know it's a premiere, and it's on YouTube.
We can show it.
Yeah.
You want to show? Okay, here we go.
Sure. I think it's the trailer I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes, it is.
Let me see. I just got to start it. Let me get that down here. Okay. And
if paranormal TV shows scare you, hit the stop button.
I'm Nick Grossmann, psychic medium. Join us for Expedition Hell as we take you to 3 of the most dangerous, diabolical places: Ghost Storm Investigations and CT Pass Connecticut Paranormal and Supernatural Tracking Society. Form a super team or a coven, if you say, because we do magic. Join us with our alternative style of paranormal as we take you and prove to you that the veil is no longer existent.
Like a paranormal cowboy, I stood my ground. Stood my ground with the recorder, and these heavy metal doors were slamming by themselves.
All the footage that we've been promising to release for years. This was a 6-year study on the interdimensional.
That leads me to another piece of speculation. I think there's a film here.
On Expedition Hell, our adventure was an interesting phenomenon. Every case we got seemed to be interdimensional.
We even have footage of an interdimensional being possessing the victim, and actually have footage of an interview with them, questions and answers.
She has the power to go into her system and change her physical appearance. I didn't believe it until I saw the photos myself, and they weren't fake. Photos myself, and they weren't fake.
I'll change her nose, her face, her arm, her elbow, her knee, and she.
Ghost Storm Investigations and CT Pasts. Join us October 29th.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's incredible.
Yes. Yeah, it's I'm excited because, you know, like I said, it's been since 2018. We've been promising everybody that we were going to release it for quite some time, and now we're finally going to do it, especially because this interdimensional stuff's going on, because you know, the cases I've had, and I'll tell you guys this: hacking reality is a real thing. That's in my book. You know, it's really, the Paranormal Book of Shadows is a book on how to hack reality and really how to manifest things and use tools other than your mind, combined with your mind. That tool will combine with your mind, spells, you name it, is in there. Hoodoo. That was one of my main things that I really loved studying, was the hoodoo type of culture and the spells. I really got into that. And you know, this is put it this way: if you are interested in magic with a K, and you are interested in a more left-handed path where you are the spellcaster and you are the manifestor. You're not going to another entity to help you with this left-handed path. Well, with my book, it's all psychic magic. That's what I call it. And there's chaos magic in there too. Actually, how to make sigils and everything else.
So
these things are so powerful. It's not even funny. They're so simple to make. And you know what I found is, in my studies, you know, I'm very close with God, to be honest with you. And honestly, I have a very, very good relationship with God. I believe in Jesus. I do, even though I'm like psychic and I believe. But what I found is very important is that even though these spells are bringing me money and fame and success, they were. They were. I felt like God was starting to drift farther and farther away, like that connection that me and him had as he moved farther away. And I didn't really like that too much because I really do have a very close connection with him. I'm a punk rocker too. I look like I may be dark, but I'm not really. I'm a punk rocker. But
so Nicholas,
so every time I was doing like the magic, he would get further and further and further away, the left-handed stuff. So I didn't like that, and that's when I just started going back to Christ. So it was an experiment, and I wrote down the results. And you never know, because you could literally hack reality with what's in that book, and you never know it. Maybe science would be able to use that book. Right. So I have to make a few edits, and I'm going to put the book up next week if anybody wants it. It'll be back on Amazon.
Oh, that's awesome!
Really cool. Yep. It's really cool.
So, question for you, Nicholas, on
Sure.
the voodoo part. Voodoo. The voodoo, huh?
H.
Voodoo. Oh, H.
Voodoo.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's just such a great blend of folk magic. It's just a folk magic. Every culture has a type of folk magic, like Appalachian folk magic. There's hoodoo, which is African American folk magic. And there's all sorts of things, Irish, Italian, Stragaria. And hoodoo is an African American version of folk magic. It's actually very, very old. Comes from the times where that's all they had was that magic, and they figured out ways to hack reality. Just remedies of how to hack reality, and it's one of the best things you could do. I always love the haters spell that they have in there. That's one of my favorite. As you guys know, you guys are both well established, so I'm sure you guys have haters on social media. I love doing the hater voodoo spell, rolling the tongue and putting it's in there. I think that one's in there. I'll get them to stop talking for a while. Stuff like that. It's just life hacks, magic hacks to make life a lot more easier. But you're taking your will into your own hands, and you got to realize what happens is all your responsibility at that point.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And you mentioned Stragaria because you said, my family is Stragaria. So
okay.
That's cool. Why I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. What part of Italy?
Southern. It's a southern part.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
The southern part.
Southern too.
So.
And then the Scandinavian is my old man. And Irish.
Oh yeah, you can't tell that mine's Celtic at all.
Yeah.
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 But I'm excited. You know what? I'll tell you guys what I'm excited about. So as a Sagittarius, from we were in Pluto Sagittarians from 2008 until 2025, and we just came out of that, and I could tell you this, it feels so much lighter for me out there. It is necessary to go through those types of things in life, especially for 14 to 20 years at a time, to shape you. We're here, we come into this world one way, and we could either, the goal is to leave a different way than you actually came, a better way. That's what life is about. Because up there, it's too perfect up there. Look, I almost think, and I'm almost pretty sure up there is so good. They actually sometimes could take it for granted and have to be actually sent back down here in order to appreciate what's up there. You know, so from time to time, I'm hoping there's a nice long break up there afterwards, but we're going to have to come back and learn a whole different other thing, and come back that person and gain some more knowledge. This life is very important, and so is suffering is very important. It is. We have to. There's a balance between both. You have to balance it out, but you know, this is very important. People with the most on their plate, you should feel good about yourselves. I'm saying this in publicly right now. Feel good about yourselves, because you're highly advanced, most likely, and you don't even know it. You know, you're a highly frequency being, and you have no idea that God is piling all this up on you, and you have no idea of the reward towards the end. So I gotta say to people like that, but we just came out of this, so it feels great out there, and there's going to be a lot going on. We're also in a documentary with a big producer, and we're very excited about that. I can't really talk about exactly what it is, but it's nice because they're outside of the paranormal, and so much drama in the paranormal. I'd rather work with somebody outside that's a producer rather than, you know.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So aware of that, and that hater spell. I'm gonna want that.
I will send it to you. You could actually use, you know, in Hoodoo they use a real actual cow's tongue, but you could actually get it with red clay and roll it up and do it. That's how I do it, actually.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna go spend
buy a cow's tongue
or with how expensive it is right now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Good gosh. I'm a drifter. I've lived a drifter vagabond lifestyle, so I'm used to these situations being pretty smooth in these situations. But anyway, yep.
Yeah, so that's the drama is
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't do drama, and we don't. People.
The best thing to do is not respond, and you know.
Yeah.
I say it to everybody who's new, and it is hard, and it may take them a few years, just like everybody else. I think we've all been there, responding to the haters. Trust me, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
The best thing to do is not respond and delete the comments. I swear, because they have numbers on you. You are one person against about 10 of them.
Right.
And all you got to do is respond with something angry, and you have 10 people twisting it all up on you, and you have a whole mess on your hands. It's not worth comment. And trust me, it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how nasty they are. Don't comment. That's what, look, there's one thing I love about Facebook that's actually magical is the block feature. The block feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's that quite a bit.
Boom. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
There's another feature I like too in my life. It's called having a lawyer on retainer and a retaining fee.
Oh yeah. 100%.
That kind of solves a lot of my problems when I have to, when I just, cell phone call her up. Hey, I got something for you to feed on.
Oh wow. That's cool.
She's a self-professed vampire. She likes to feed, she says.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
Nicholas, so you was into the paranormal, the numerologists or ology and the exorcism. So what came first for you? Because I'm sure
witchcraft came first.
Together. Witchcraft?
Yeah, the witchcraft came first, and then I was always the witchcraft came first, and then about 3 years ago, about 2020, we did a paranormal convention called ParaConn in Ansonia. I was partners with Charles Rosen. He still does the ParaConn over there. It was fun and successful, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people there. But I met Steve Biff Saunders, who is an exorcist, and he's got a lot of haters. And when people found out he was going to be there, they were all like, telling us not to have him as a guest. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Who am I to say that? I have so many people who say it about me. I just let him come in. And he was amazing. He was doing exorcisms there. And it blew my mind. And honestly, I was so busy with doing events that I told him, I said, I wish I was not this busy, because I really would love to make a documentary about this. And so a couple of years later, we actually experimented and started getting people who feel that they have a dark attachment. 8 out of 10 people usually do nowadays have a dark attachment, at least a little one. And what happens is if they do have a major demon, they are going to start reacting to the prayers. They have a regular attachment. They just have regular symptoms like hot flashes, clamminess, maybe indigestion and stuff like that. But we have had moments where it was physically confrontational.
Wow.
And that's what we have Scott Lemley for. He's a paranormal investigator, but just in case things get out of hand, we have him. He's a security for one of our events. He has experience with the Warrens, working with them some time ago. So.
Wow, nice. Yeah, you almost have to when you're dealing with different dark entities in the paranormal world.
Yeah. Speaking of the Warrens, because we had Chris McKinnell, the grandson, on a few times.
Yep.
Yeah, nice, very nice. And there's a lot of hype around Annabelle going to Salem, Massachusetts. There's a lot of hype of Elton and Matt buying, the Warren house and everything.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about all this?
Well, first off, I'm surrounded by haunted objects.
I love it.
I live in a haunted museum. There's more out there. There's more down the stairs. I live in a haunted museum. I have a gin up there, a few gins.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of those. But, my theory is this. About the haunted objects.
Yeah, like about Annabelle.
You can only a sacred. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. I was just elaborating. Go ahead.
No problem. A sacred symbol of protection only is going to work if you believe in it. You could wear a cross around your neck. You could wear any other runes or anything else. Otherwise, if you don't believe in it, it's just going to be a fashion around your neck. Okay. Same thing with the cross, the crucifix. If you don't believe in it, it's going to be fashion around your neck. And that's how I feel about these. The more you believe in these and the more intention and attention you give them, they actually do move. But I've had them for so long, they barely do anything right now. But if I take them out on the road, which I wish the restaurant industry would get it together, because I would love to take these back on the road and do some events. They do it. They love the attention. Like if I take them all out on the road, people have a lot of fun during the events, because the dolls do move sometimes and stuff like that. And they do all sorts of weird things. But what I'm trying to say is this: with the Annabelle doll, as a haunted doll, and I have had an experience where the doll did follow me home from the museum about, I think it was 2010 when I went there. the more you really pay attention to it and the more fame you're giving it, I hate to say it, but that's what you're doing with that doll. The more people you're making it powerful that way, just like a protection ruin, or even a sigil. Think of a sigil. That's the perfect example right there.
Yeah.
It's just a work of art unless you actually believe in it. So I just think the more that they really believe and feed into the Annabelle, the more powerful that spirit's going to be in there. And I have met Chris McKinnell. He's a friend of mine. We did fly him up. It was kind of crazy that we did that. We flew him up from Paraguay, 2 planes.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy, but it was a good event. It was cool. But he has a great lecture, and so does Joe Frankie. He's another one you may want to. And Steve, I could get Steve Fixander's The Exorcist on. Just let me know. If you guys, I could get people to absolutely give you like some recommendations, because I know a lot of wild people on here. So
hey, we up to anybody. We like the challenge.
Sure, yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what Chris McKinnell was saying about Annabelle as well. I mean, you're manifesting, you're putting so much power and so much intention and attention onto an object such as Annabelle. It will create its own life, its own identity.
Absolutely.
And you're dabbling with, a little danger there,
100%. Excuse me one moment. I'm just going to grab a water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah.
They're ready. We're back.
There is a question I'd like to ask. Somebody asked me when Chris McKinnell came on the last time, and we didn't get a chance to ask him that question. But do you actually think, and this is coming from somebody when we had him on last, like a year ago, so if somebody would open up her case and just took her and show her love, like sit down with her, rock her in a rocking chair or something, treat her like a baby doll, do you think that person will get cursed or anything?
I got the perfect person for that. My teammate was one of the only few people that Lorraine would let Annabelle sit on his lap. He has photos of it.
Oh, wow.
He has a special connection with the Annabelle doll. It likes him. It likes him. Not like everybody else. It likes him.
Right.
So, I do believe that. Absolutely. And as far as the house thing is concerned, the house was signed to Judy, and she could sell it to whoever she wants to. I'm not really involved like that. Yeah. But with the thing with the house that bothers me is it's a sacred place.
Yes.
And no offense to like comedian Matt Rife and Elton, but that place is a sacred place, and I think like it just kind of made into a show now.
Right. Yeah. It's like a
dog
and pony
that
show.
Bothers me, but it's not my place legally. Judy could sell it to whoever she wants to. And honestly, they can't take care of that house forever.
Right.
They can't.
She's getting up there in years.
Do something with it.
Right.
The fact that they can turn it into a museum now is pretty good. It's a pretty cool thing. But I don't know. It's just a sacred place. It's a very sacred place. Now, I've been there once, and I've been to a few classes with Lorraine, and I have investigated Stephanie Cemetery with Lorraine, but I did not work with her. A lot of people too will say they work with Lorraine just because they met her a few times at an event. I'm not one of those people. I literally had about 3 or 4 encounters with her at events and investigation. And that was it. And at the museum with the doll, it followed me home. The thing, it's a powerful doll. But if you're giving it the attention, it's going to get powerful.
Right.
You have kids going around it and everything else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If it does have a demon inside, it's going to wait for that right opportunity just to strike on the person, you know?
Right. Well, that's like any haunted item that has a demon attached to it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes these items run its course too, you know? Just because there's a spirit attached to it doesn't mean it's going to stick there forever. You know, object. It doesn't mean that. I mean, a lot of these I've had for quite some time, and I'm sure they've run their course. I'm sure. But the interesting thing is this. It seems they could be reactivated when I bring them out. And see, if you give them attention, a lot of times they can redo it. So one of them is right here. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see if I can get them here. Where are you? Right there. See that? See Sam right there?
That doll on the shelf?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't mean to show my nostril. Sorry about that.
So what's the story on it? You said it's a ventriloquist doll?
Yeah, actually, you know, the guy just passed away. There is a guy named Christian St. Booth, and he's a producer for sci-fi, and his brother just passed away, and they're both were very close twin brothers. But I got it from him, Christian St. Booth, and there's a funny story about that. It actually did at one of the events. There was a hater of mine, and it reached out and scratched him on the back of his calf. And he came up to me at the event and showed me that there was this big scrape. And he said that doll, Sam, I call him, reached out and scratched me. And I've never seen, everybody else has seen the doll move. I've never seen it do anything. One guy seen his chest move like it was breathing. I've never seen it. So after the hater did that, I took the doll on stage for my lecture. And, you know, afterwards I was signing, Charles has this book called Ghost of Connecticut. I forget what it's called. True Ghost Stories of Connecticut. So I was signing a bunch of books. When I was done with the books, I picked Sam up, and I kid you not, his arm wrapped around the railing, and I yanked him a bunch of times, and I couldn't get him off.
Wow.
And that was the first experience I ever had with him. I don't think I've had another one since.
He didn't want to leave. He liked it there.
Pretty cool that he had my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I got to say, I mean, it's kind of funny. You know?
I laugh hysterically myself. But that's my dark side, though.
Yeah. Because the guy would always say how full of crap the artifacts are, and they're not real. And I guess it just down and got him. Yeah. An innocent little scrape, you know. But
right. But that's funny.
That's how I feel about the whole Warrens thing going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, then you have a Conjuring house too. That's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there too.
And so, do you like the
My
idea?
My friend Terry Nolan from is another paranormal investigator that I went with to the Conjuring house. Pretty cool.
Do you feel like, you know, I feel like Jason has the best of intentions for that house and for the fact of, you know, eventually down the line, the future of a possible paranormal research center, library / research center, which I feel like is much needed for the paranormal community.
100%. Yeah, so I haven't really been keeping up on that, but I did hear that he's trying to do something with it.
Yeah.
So.
He's very well at it. Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be a year in October.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
We didn't get a chance to go there when we was on vacation in 24 because that's when Jacqueline kind of shut everything down. without actually letting the public know. Only way I heard it was on YouTube. They said something about it. And then I call and says, hey, we got tickets, we can't go now. We can get our money back. And they give the money back. But
yeah,
they didn't call and says, oh, we're closing. They just did nothing.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be interesting to go there. Hopefully when Jason,
right.
Yeah.
I think what happens is the spirits in the Conjuring house ate that lady alive.
They did.
That's what I think it was.
Yeah.
He wasn't
believe
strong
so, too.
enough psychologically and spiritually to handle it.
And we have
Unfortunately,
a
nothing
comment
against
by Scott Cat. As a friend of Jason House, a former employee of his, I will say this: there are a lot of people out there, and look into Jason's last video about it, who are trying to take everything away. And then, but Jason does own the deed, and he will treat the place with a lot of love.
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah.
will.
I mean, he's definitely somebody who's been into the field for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And they're very serious about what they do. Never
Right.
met him. But yeah, I agree with that. Definitely
Yeah.
a paranormal center is something that I've had for a while. Unfortunately, COVID kind of, messed it up, unfortunately. But that's where all these artifacts actually started. I wanted to study them. So all the cases I would find as a medium, the stuff with the energy on it, and I would ask if I could remove it. It's a good idea. And I studied the artifacts and with Jerry, and we got them moving. But it literally, we actually installed cameras all over the place with a hair trigger motion sensor on there. So if the doll moved just a smidge, it would trigger the camera like that. And that's what we did. We got a whole bunch of footage with them moving and everything else.
That's like Zach Baggins has in his museum, the same type of cameras that he's caught Peggy the doll moving. And
I want to go there.
It's actually really cool. I mean,
I like him. I like that group.
Yeah.
I don't really watch too much paranormal TV, but when I do, it's fun to watch them. They're funny guys. They're a bunch of buds getting together and going ghost hunting. It doesn't get cooler than that.
It's paranormal entertainment.
Bros,
Exactly.
Bros.
Yeah. And Scott Cat also say, if you can beat him, Nick, please do. You will see how genuine he really is on the paranormal field.
I think she's trying to say if you can meet him. Yeah. Instead. Yeah.
Meet Jason. I think,
Yeah.
Have you ever met Robert the doll?
No.
No?
I often tried to get the owner. I wrote emails to get them to bring the doll on as a guest, but they don't do that. But no, I've never met.
No,
I would love to do that, though. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that.
you can. You have to go down there.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
I would love to do that too.
I don't really do anything inside because it's too dark. And
I love Florida. Right? He's in Florida.
Yeah, Key West.
I love it over there.
Florida Keys.
It's like my dreamland.
Yeah, Florida Keys. Yeah.
I mean, Connecticut has tons of activity up here. Tons of paranormal activity. It's old. There was war that happened here. There's indigenous all over the place, land.
Yeah.
And people built on it. And, there's also quartz deposits all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
All over. The whole Connecticut is loaded with them. If you go in my backyard right now with a shovel, you'll dig up like 5 of those.
Oh, wow.
With one dig. Yeah, the whole Connecticut's loaded with quartz and well water. So that works as a conductor.
Yeah, you have a huge conduit right there.
Yeah. That is very cool. Do you have a case that you can actually tell us about, like a exorcism case or
back
anything like that?
Thursday to this lady who has I don't want to say relationship, but she has this incubus,
Mm.
and they have a love-hate relationship.
That's
And
usually
we've
how
been
it
trying
is.
to remove them, and it keeps coming back. And we just take it as an opportunity to try to study the phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going back over there to try to stabilize the place and do a cleansing Thursday. But the reason why I've been going back over there, and she's in our documentary as well, is the opportunity to actually study and understand, how these things dissect
Operate.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's part of my demonology studies is the science and the metaphysics and the makeup. What makes them? What do they like? What do they not like? Why does salt work? Why does copper pennies work?
Mm-hmm.
Why does this work on them?
Yeah.
Why do they like places that aren't clean? What is the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Why is every house that has a creepy look seem to have spirits in it? What's the reason behind that?
Right.
I'll tell you the reason is because of all the energy people put on the creepy house. It draws spirit activity to the house. You think of it like that. Spirits like dark places that are blustery and cluttery and all that stuff in there. And they love all that, the webs and all the dust. They love all that stuff. You get an abandoned house.
Mm-hmm.
They're filled with residual energy. Get an abandoned house there, starts getting creepy. People start looking at it, getting creeped out. That
Yeah.
little thing, after a period of time, enough of those feelings from people driving by actually starts harvesting energy in the house. And, that's how the energy feeds on it, and the place does actually come haunted. Historical places, why are they haunted? What is the deal with it? I'll tell you this. It's because we constantly, as people, go in them and constantly acknowledge what has happened there over and over on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And, it conjures the energy. Same with cemeteries. I mean, there's no reason a cemetery should be haunted. I mean, it's a place of dead bodies. Whoopity doo. But, if people are going there constantly talking to spirits, it creates, you're opening a connection. Well, that's the kind of things I study. Interesting things like, why do children always say there's a monster under the bed or in the closet?
Yeah.
A reason almost similar to what I just said. You
Right.
know what I mean about the clutter and everything else. So, and them being open psychically, stuff I try to figure out. So,
Right. Exactly.
yeah.
Well, sis, do you have any questions for Nicholas?
I think this was awesome. He answered my questions before I even had a chance. I love
Can I
it.
just say one thing, please?
Oh, yeah.
And I really appreciate that. This is cool. And it's always nice to meet some country folk, because up here there's no country. Well, there is up in Litchfield. But, it's nice to meet some country people. You guys are very nice. Biff Ministry Group, we are filming Angel vs. Demons, and we will travel outside of Connecticut. If you cover the traveling costs, we will do that. If you feel like you have an attachment or possibly need an exorcism, we will travel to you as long as you do the travel expenses and allow us to film just out there. It's pretty awesome project. So
perfect. That's awesome.
If you want to send me that in a message, I can copy and paste it and put it into our Facebook group.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got it.
See, and get you some business. Yes,
Sounds great.
That
and
is,
it's no charge, actually. We don't charge for it either.
Yeah,
Right.
Like we will literally.
I can understand the travel costs because things ain't getting cheaper. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
Yeah.
Hang on, you may have somebody here. Scott Cat. I wonder if he should investigate my house.
Where's she
located?
out of?
She's in New Hampshire.
Oh,
But we would do it. Yeah, we would definitely go up there.
She does have
Covers
some
the travel and
activity. Yeah,
the
she does have
lodging for like
activity.
2 days. We would definitely do that. We have tons of gear too. Like almost every, like tons of stuff. And you know, I'll tell you this. This guy gave me $6,000 worth of gear for $60.
wow.
I don't know why.
Wow.
You know, he
That's
just had
unheard
no
of.
use for the gear, and his family member passed away and gave it to him, and he just had no use for it. I told him, I said, this gear is like $6,000. He said, how much money do you have on you right now? I said, $60. He said, come pick it up. So I was like, okay. And I just got 2 suitcases filled with gear. So we would definitely come to New Hampshire if we would have, there's 3 of us, sometimes 4 or 4. If we could get a place to stay, even the couch, we won't be sleeping much over there doing what we're doing, trust me. And some travel, we would definitely do that. Yeah, for 2 days. Absolutely.
She does have a beautiful home,
Ooh.
very old.
Yep.
And yeah, there is some activity that has, gone there that she's noticing a little bit more so than usual, and it'd be interesting to see what she can find out or what others can find out about the house.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my things with the mediumship.
Well, Nicholas,
been another rewarding thing. I could go on forever. With the medium thing. I've seen.
I love the medium. I love it.
I've seen more tears in the past 2 years. Actually, doing this as a service than I've ever seen in my life. But they're healing and happy tears. You know,
yep, exactly.
That's the best part.
Putting
the readings on hold. Sorry, everybody. They're crazy, and I'm putting those on hold. Sorry.
Yeah,
we talked to Reverend Esmeralda James.
Yes.
She's a gemologist in Alabama, I think it is.
Yeah.
Around there. And then Dave Giuliano is supposed to be coming on too.
Yeah.
So interesting. Maybe we can, because we do panels, with several people. So maybe after they come on, we can do a panel with you involved with that, and we could just ask and talk demons.
Yeah, really. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a wonderful idea, actually.
Yeah,
100%.
It would be great. So
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Welcome. Anytime you want to come on something new, you caught something.
I've got a lot to talk about. Trust me.
Just
so much
just
stuff
let
now.
us
It's just
know.
unbelievable. I've seen creatures
open.
physically appear. That's another story. There's a puckwudgie creature physically appeared in the flesh and the hair, not the third eye. I'm not talking about the spirit. I've seen it physically appear and smile and disappear. So anyway, I kind of got to get going. I can get going. Trust me.
We will have you back.
Until next time. How's that? Until next time.
Well, to everybody, go to Nicholas' Facebook page and his website. Pick up the book, the Paranormal Book of Shadows, please. I'm going to pick mine up. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody share, subscribe, and like. And Nick, stay behind just a little bit when we get done closing. And blessings to everybody. Stay tuned tomorrow as we have 2 podcasts for you, one in the morning and one at night. And blessings, everybody.
Bye,
Fifth
everyone.
Ministry Group, flag them, bag them, and tag them over and out. That's our motto.
I love it.